So you were saying that women ask out men at similar rates? Is that your position?
No, I will admit, like, men probably do ask out women more, but like it's probably like I'm not as crazy of an outlier like as you are assuming, I think.
I would say of all first dates in the past, let's talk modern times, right? Let's say the past 5 years. I want to say 99% of that's been initiated by men.
Like just from like your own experience?
Like all men.
99's pretty
all men.
high.
99% of first dates are initiated by men.
Even with like the introduction of like dating apps nowadays, you would think
it's even worse.
Like Bumble,
I don't think so.
Is initiated by women, right? Women have to do the first, actually reach out first.
Technically, yes. I mean, but most women on Bumble just say hi or hey and then shuck the entire conversational burden on the guy.
And I think with the introduction of dating apps, women are more inclined to reach out first. Because it's like
you might send the first message, but like
that's reaching out first. Reaching out.
But I'm
first.
talking about.
Are you talking about like
that's
to make
very
your point
token,
of like asking?
That's a very token level of initiative.
Like, are you trying to like make your point of like asking out to the location so like she would pay because she asked you out? Is that what you're like trying to get at?
Yeah, I mean, there's the initial conversation. I'll maybe say that women reach out. I'll say it's 95% there. I'll give you 5% on like the first message.
I think you should give me 20. I think it'd be like at least 80%.
Because like you're saying all men, and like, do we have all men here? Like, come on, like
they've released the data from like Tinder and all these sites. Like women really don't be messaging like that.
Because guys are driven more by sex.
Yeah, I mean,
guys are hornier than women.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's why.
Yeah. But nothing precludes women from. I mean, women are just as desirous of men of finding a partner and having a relationship.
I would say nowadays it's more like more women are starting to be comfortable in their singleness and okay with. I mean, you're okay with your singleness, so like, don't be.
Oh, am I single?
I mean, I assume so.
Oh, I didn't reveal.
I don't want to like assume anything, but that's what I felt like you were trying to portray.
Well, there's studies released that the demographic of people that are most likely to be on antidepressants are women in their 40s who are single and don't have children. Well, you said that women are more comfortable in their singleness.
I think like the newer generation. So say like for our generation, right? Like we're like there's a lot of girls who are okay with.
Yeah, but you're 18, so it's.
I mean, like but this is kind of a growing thing. Like nothing just happens and then it sticks. Like it takes a while for it to grow and accumulate.
Here's the.
Okay.
Here's the difference between. Sorry, she's just getting up here. Here's the difference I would say between men and women. When women start making money, they're strong and independent. They don't need a man. When men make a lot of money, they think, okay, great, I can support my family.
I mean, are you saying that men automatically come with families and women don't come with families?
No, but what I'm saying is when men get a successful career, when they start making money, they think, great, I want to be a provider. I want to support my wife. I want to support my family. When women start getting the bag and they start making money, it's often, I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't need a man.
I would kind of say it's more so the opposite. Like you see guys with a bunch of money. They're like, bro, I'm going to blow it on strip clubs, a weird car for no reason. Like just doing whatever to please anybody. Like, I feel like that's more what it is, you know? Like, I feel like this is more of like a game of bias of some sorts, because it's like you say that women are independent once they get their money, which, okay, sure, women can be independent, but so men get their money and then they blow it on whatever. You know, more likely you have the men not providing for their families. Like, I feel like that you kind of saying that is kind of a little bit like...
I feel like it's also like above a certain income level too.
Yeah,
I feel like if you're middle class, maybe it's like they're supporting their families. But if you get above a certain income level, then like I feel like men are just as easily like fuckboys. Honestly, I don't think like I feel like you have this like idea in your head that women are like constantly trying to take advantage of men for their money.
No, I don't think that at all.
Greedy leprechauns, like I want your money. I want a free meal out of you.
Which is
like,
no, I don't.
True.
I don't think that. I don't think that.
Did you have like something that made you kind of have a perspective towards this, or
Towards
like,
what?
towards like your whole like
I've actually
ideology?
overwhelmingly, I'd say,
You've had the opposite, or
I've had pretty, like a lot of the women I've dated have been fantastic.
okay.
I mean, I think we've all had bad dating experiences, but I mean, I've lucked out in this, but I've heard from other men, my friends. I mean, I have friends who've been through the fucking ringer, through divorce, through fucking brutal custody battles, trying to get their kids, and there is a bias in the court system,
Right.
against men, and it's just. I mean, I've heard from a lot of men, and I mean, I've had some experiences, like foodie call experiences for sure, but I mean, that's a very small portion of the picture that I have of women. In the same way that I would advise women, like, hey, screen these fucking guys out and make sure they don't want to just fucking chuck you, like fucking screen them out. If you want a serious relationship, like screen these fucking guys, right? Now we can
How do we do it? How do you suggest that we do it without expecting some type of like monetary investment from them?
from guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
I
not
mean-
giving us any
Yeah,
ways
so
out of this.
how
You're only
should we
helping
screen
like your
guys?
half, and it's like help us out too, you know?
Yeah.
Well, what do you want? Well, okay, we're hitting a whole bunch of different topics here.
It's
so
okay. We can hit all of them.
let me just we'll get to that. Let me wrap up on the whole who should date thing
Right.
here. So I'll tell you what, I can agree with the whole like whoever asks should pay thing when women ask out men in equal numbers. Until then, like women overwhelmingly do not initiate first dates, so word. Okay, I think I've kind of covered it, the whole first date thing, pretty much. I mean, to just reiterate though, I don't want to adhere to my traditional gender roles with a woman who's not traditional. So the fact of the matter is, in 2022, you have to. Why are you shaking your head?
Well, I mean, you can't say you're like a traditional man, right? And then say you don't want marriage, because marriage is the standard of being traditional. Getting married, having kids, that is is ideal traditional. Like,
Sure.
like you can't call yourself traditional and be like, I don't want kids.
I don't think
marriage.
I don't think I'm a traditional
Well, then
man
don't
fully.
say like you're adhering to traditional standards, because then
Well, no,
you're
I'm
like-
not. That's the thing. I'm saying
So then
I'm
don't-
not going to adhere to my expected traditional gender roles of paying for a first date
right.
if a woman is not traditional herself.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I
I'm not mad
understand.
at you, by the
No,
way.
no,
I'm
no,
just,
no,
we're
I'm
just
not mad
we're
at
having
you.
a conversation.
Yeah,
no, I appreciate.
I'm engaged.
No, I really appreciate you pushing back on this. So,
What are
Look-
your ideas of like a traditional woman? Like, what would make you like? What would a woman do to make
okay.
you want to pay on the
Well,
first
so
date?
in 2022, and this applies to both men and women, you have to assume going in that that person that you're going on a date with is fucking at least one other person. You
Oh,
have to
exactly.
assume that going in.
That is
So-
everyone's mantra. Every person that you go out with is having a fuck fest with 7 other people all at once. Like or otherwise you're gonna get hurt.
But
Like,
then how do you know?
you have to weed out by going on like more dates, getting to know them better. Like that's how
Right.
you weed out, and that's how you gain that trust for that
But
person.
it's at least they're sleeping with at least one other person. People are not truly single.